the 2023 BET Awards, child. Let's just get straight into it. So apparently there was no host, like official host. I think they had, DJ Cassidy, I believe, one of the DJs. And MC Light, they was, she's, the narrator and stuff. And but they didn't have no host, which I thought was interesting. But I think for the kind of night that it went over well, for sure. Because this was the 50th anniversary of hip hop. And so that was the main focus of the night. And so throughout the night, they would have different performances of hip hop throughout the years. And I actually really enjoyed that. That was actually the best part of the night because it's so many new rappers and stuff that have came out that I don't really know like that. I'm still bumping, Tony and SWV and Escape and Mariah and all the girls. So it's just like, it's actually homework for me because I have a whole slew of new artists that I need to check out, clearly. Some of them I know, but other ones it's just like, who? So who opened the show was Lil Uzi Vert. He came out with this song, that song that da-da-da. You know that song where they doing that little dance off. I don't know, I can't keep up, y'all, I'm old. But it was cute. At first, I didn't know what was happening. But then he went into that song. I was just like, oh, child, I know that song. So, yes. Let me see. And then who came out after that was the Sugar Hill Gang, child, with their song. I was like, okay, come through. It was a vibe. Then Big Daddy Kane came out, child. And after he did his song, he actually did like a little tribute to Biz Markie, who apparently like put him on and helped him along the way. So I love that, when the legends pay homage to the legends. Next, who came out to present an award was Ray J and Princess Love. They came out there promoting Love and Hip Hop Miami. And apparently he, talking about they together. He loved his wife today. And, a lot of men been in her DMs and she minds and whoop to whoop. I'm like, child, y'all are just... It's just a Brandy's annoying little brother, child. I just tell you. Child, it's just tied and through. They're not going to break up, Princess and Ray J. They get divorced every other week. They are business partners. If y'all notice, if y'all watch Zeus, they are executive producers on a lot of the shows that be on there. If you look at the credits. And so they're business partners at this point. And it's just, it's what it is. Whether it's love there, obviously. But it's more so just like a working relationship, I feel, in my opinion. So they presented the award for Best New Artist. And who actually won that was Coco Jones, child. Which I was actually shocked about because I think she was in the category with a lot of rappers and stuff. So I just thought that this was more than likely going to go to like a rapper. But Coco actually won. And I love that. Her song I See You, which she actually performed, and that song is a hit. It's something about the way you just get me. I was like, sing, Coco. She did a whole performance in the rain. Child was very dramatic. She looked great. Beautiful girl and a beautiful voice. So shouts out to Coco Jones. Glad she's getting her flowers. Where is Normani? I just had to say that. Where is Normani? Oh gosh. Okay, so Lotto performed, Big Lotto. She performed her song. She had little different skits and little different stations she went to. I said, well, look at Lotto bouncing around. They call her the hip hop Mariah. It was cute. A little later on, Lotto actually won Best Female Hip Hop. One thing she said in her speech is that she hoped that one day would be an all-female tour and stuff. I'm like, well, good luck, child, because can't nobody get along, but we hope. I would definitely sign up for it if it is. But she came up there on stage. She took off one shoe, then went up there with her sister, and she just had one shoe on and went off. And I was just like, well, girl, they would have waited on you, clearly, because they waited on everybody. Didn't nobody get the music played on them tonight? Nothing. They didn't rush nobody on the stage. Child, they had some long speeches at the BET Awards. And I was just like, all right. But child, she went up there hopping it all. I said, Lord, hope this child don't fall. But she didn't fall, and congrats to Lotto. Okay, what else happened? So they had a West Coast moment with about the West Coast old school out. Oh, child, they brought out Yo-Yo, Kilolo from Martin, child. They brought out E40. They brought out Tyga, Rap City. He did his thing, child. I was like, okay. It was just a whole vibe. I was just excited to see who would come out next. Because I know all these old folks, so, I live. So, I was in my element for sure. So, I forgot who came out and presented the award, but Teyana Taylor, she ended up winning the Video Director of the Year. I think it was for her movie that she did, but she directs a lot of videos. Tiana's super talented. And I'm glad she's getting some flowers and getting some recognition, but I wish people would also pay attention to her music because Teyana makes good music. But anyway, so she wasn't there, but her mama came up there to, in honor of her daughter. So her mama gonna call Teyana on FaceTime. And Teyana took a minute to answer the phone. And then she finally told Teyana she won the award. And then while Teyana was like talking, giving her, acceptance speech over the phone was breaking up and everything. And I was just like, on one hand, I can appreciate this and I love this. And this is very sweet and a real moment. But on the other hand, I'm just like, wow. Just taking up the people's time. But hey, like I said, this award show, they allowed you to, Busta stood up there. He won a Lifetime Achievement. He stood up there for an hour and talked. And so I was just like, well, hey. Next we have Lola Brooks, who's a new rapper who I didn't know who she was, but she looks like, sorry y'all about that break in there. Had a phone call. But anyway, who was I talking about? Lola Brooks. Lola Brooks, she is a new rapper who I didn't know who she was, but she's adorable. And she kind of looks a little bit like Sky Jackson. Somebody called her the evil Sky Jackson, but she came out there and she performed and did her thing. I was like, okay, girl, I see you. And then after that, who came out was DeVito. Yeah. And so they did like a little tribute to Takeoff, God rest his soul, who passed of the Migos. Apparently it was beef and issues with the Migos at some point. They were beefing the two remaining members for, I don't know why. But yeah. Okay, next child, which was probably one of the most fun parts of the night, was the 305 child. Miami came out and showed out. We got Trick Daddy, we got Trina, and we had Uncle Luke. Baby, when I tell you when Uncle Luke came out there, I got my life. Do the brown, do the brown. I wanna rock, I wanna rock, I wanna rock, I wanna rock. Baby, listen. Child, don't do it. Why not? Don't do it. I was getting my life. You hear me? Child, Pretty V came up there and saw the dance. It was so funny. Like, that's our childhood. Like, that's, if you were 80s, I'm a late 80s, born in 89. If you were 80s, 90s, baby, like, that's our baby. We was getting our life when we wasn't supposed to be as little kids. Child, this shit came on. Little kids go, y'all go on over there and play. Grown-ups over here, okay? Child, we in the room making up dance moves, doing the thing, child. It was a vibe. I lived for it. I did. Bobby Lights almost got on stage. I said, child, Bobby, sit down. Next, we have Doechii, who performed last year. She's a great performer. Pretty girl. She performed her 2 songs and it was good. Like, she had Doechii definitely had one of the best performances of the night for sure. So let me see. Next, T.I. and Jeezy came out there and they did their Thug Thizzle. I hoped T.I. would have did Bring Him Out, but he didn't do it. So I was just like, now Bring Him Out would have been a whole child. They would have took me out. Next we had Globalo, which is a newer rapper. Very cute girl. But she, her performance was kind of awkward for me. She had like a bunch of different lipsticks that was up there, and one thing I find interesting is that I just feel like people should just do them. And I felt like during Glorilla's performance, it wasn't her per se. It was them trying to make her be something that she wasn't. Like, I see Glorilla, it's just like, you know, kind of like a more of a like a rapper, like a more kind of tomboyish, very like just a spitfire, like that kind of, you know, rapper. I don't see her as like, even though she's a beautiful girl, I don't see her as like a sexy kind of Meg Thee Stallion, kind of Nicki Minaj, sexy kind of rapper vibe. And so I felt like they was just, she had whole choreography and stuff, and it was just weird. And then her voice is super deep. So her up there trying to shake, you know, bones and stuff, and then with this deep voice, it just didn't work for me, the whole thing. But her songs, you know, be hitting. I definitely be listening to some of her records and stuff. But yeah, I just didn't like the performance. It just wasn't, it didn't speak to me. I was just like, why are they trying to turn everybody into a dancer? I was just like, what's going on? Rapper Mad Skills, he came out there and he did a great job. He did it a cappella. He infused different legendary rap lyrics into his performance and stuff, and I just thought it was super cool. There was no gospel tribute, which was very interesting to me. They didn't have one. I mean, now that I think about it, it was a hip hop night, so okay. But there was no gospel tribute. But one tribute they did have was a tribute to Tina Turner, done by Patti LaBelle. Now look, you know, I left a post on my Facebook, and I was just like, what's going on? I kind of blame BET for this moment and stuff. And, you know, some people agree, some people disagree. But I mean, I get why they did it, but it's just, if it's just not going to get done right, then just don't bother. This is clearly a hip-hop night. And Patti LaBelle got up there, and she sung Simply the Best, better than all the rest. And it was simply a chop. She did not know the words, bless her heart. We love Mama Patti. And it just wasn't, it wasn't the tea. It wasn't the tea. And I was just like, well, who thinks of, yeah, they're both legendary, both, you know, similar in age and, you know, around the same time and stuff, but when I think of Tina Turner, I don't think of Patti LaBelle in the same category, and vice versa. I just feel like they're two different artists, and I just wouldn't think to put Patti LaBelle as, you know, a tributor to Tina Turner. So I don't know if that was on Patti in terms of that she wanted to do it, or if BET just asked Patti to do it. Or if it was a combination of both. I don't know what happened, but it just wasn't put together properly. It just wasn't given what it was supposed to give. I do hope that BET do some kind of tribute to Tina Turner in some kind of way, like a one night only hour special or something to her where different artists come out and sing her songs, because she deserved that. She's a massive superstar, and yeah. But I'm not gonna get on here and read Mama Patti. You know, God bless her. She sounded good. She looked good. She just didn't know them with lyrics. I can't say the teleprompter, girl. I don't know the lyrics, girl. Woo! So it was a hoot. It was a hoot. But you know, we enjoyed the theatrics of it all, the dramatics. But BET, girl, what was y'all, girl? I don't know. So the last thing was Busta Rhymes. Marlon Wayans got up there and he tributed Busta Rhymes and talked about his good friend Busta Bus. And we love Busta Rhymes. He's a good dude. I've never really heard anything bad about Busta Rhymes. And He is very deserving of Lifetime Achievement Award. He got up there, he talked. I didn't know he was Jamaican. He got up there and talked talked about his kids and his career and who he is as a person and all that stuff. And it was very encouraging, but it was very long. So then after that, he performed all his songs. He brought out Spice ATL from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. She did her thing, threw that leg up and dropped it on Busta. He didn't know what to do with his life. Rod Digger came out. I love Rod Digger. Rod Digger don't be getting no props, but Rod Digger is that girl. Ain't no shawty in the world could you better than mine. You want to touch it, bring it, babe. Watch it, turn it, leave it. So dramatic, baby. But Rod Digger is that girl. I love her. But yeah. Oh, they also at one point they had a whole Jamaican segment. You know, what they brought out Patra. Y'all remember Patra? Child, I was like, come on, Patra. It just took me back. It took me back to a time, just me and my cousins, just sitting out. Shouts out to my cousin Nanette, I love you and miss you forever. Shouts out to my cousin Trina and stuff. You know, it's just a time when we was like growing up. Shouts out to Gigi, we love you, sis. Just growing up and on the porch in the hood, just sipping lemonade and just vibing, playing music and just talking and just, you know, dancing and stuff. It was just, you know, it just brought me back to a time in music. You know, the 90s in particular, 90s R&B and hip hop is just a very special, you know, thing. It's a very special era, so I love it. Let me see. Childe is still giving Beyonce awards. Beyonce ain't coming back. And somebody reminded me on Facebook that Beyonce has not been back on BET since 106 & Park when Doechii had made that comment about Blue Ivy's hair. And I had forgot all about that. And I was like, she really ain't came back since then. I don't blame her. They say they can't afford it either. But I just don't think it's mainly just the Blue Ivy thing. Because she's an artist, she's a music lover, and Beyonce, she don't strike me as the kind of person that just don't want to show up just because it's like under her or something. But who knows? But yeah, that's definitely it in my opinion, the whole Blue Ivy thing. Oh well, BET. But they still giving her awards, child. I'm like, child. Anyway, the last thing was they did a whole finale. Child, they brought out the 69 boys. Cotton Candy, Sweet and Gold. Let me see that Tootsie Roll, baby. But I tell you, Tootsie Roll was my y'all. Child, they brought out Soulja Boy. They swagged and surfed. They lean with it, rock with it. Child, they should have had Young Jock. It's going down on there. Now that would have been everything. It was just, they just brought us back. We did the Laffy Taffy. All them times of me, it's very junior high school for me. Very junior high school. Overall, I enjoyed the show. Minus a couple of like mishaps and stuff that happened. But overall, I think it was a great show. But there were certain parts that, could have been better, obviously. But it was nice. As far as the fashions, tied and through, for the most part. Tied and through. Y'all follow my Facebook, Chase King, and I gave my opinions on each fashion look. To be honest, I don't really have a best dress or a worst dress. I thought it was, out of 100%, maybe 75% was bad in my opinion. Everybody was dressed like they in 2004. People was busting out of outfits and dresses, and half the men didn't even give a damn. They just had on whatever. And I'm just like, the BET Awards is such a big culture thing for us. This is our show. This is our Grammys in a sense. Even though we know it's not the Grammys, this is our Grammys. This is where we are supposed to be represented and shined the most. And so I just look at the effort that some people put into the Met Gala, some black people, black artists, actors, singers, rappers, whatever. They put into the Met Gala, into the Grammys. But when it comes to the BET Awards, y'all just throw on anything. Y'all at the cookout. Y'all don't care. And I get that there's just a culture thing. We were relaxed and chill, and we know we're going to have fun, and it's a good time. Like, I get that part, but it's just like the same effort that is put into the other shows that are more so catered to not us, that effort should be put into more effort anyway into our stuff so that it can be the best, that it can be, because we are black and we are the culture and we are those girls and boys that set trends. Like, we just is everything. So, anyway, got off my little rant. But it was cute or whatever. It was cute. It'll be interesting to see next year's BET and what it's going to give, and if they're actually going to have a host, etc. We're going to see. I've talked enough. With that said, I'm MrChalaki. MrChalaki on Google+. Follow me at Skinsworld on Instagram and Twitter. At Skinsworld89 on Snapchat. Chase on Facebook. MrChalaki on Cash App and PayPal. Chasey Boy on TikTok. And as always, run me my money or run me my fade. Run me my money the way I get paid. Stay black, stay tuned, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.